Dear students, now we are going to discuss about the lesson Discovering Tut, the saga continues. Let us see the introduction of the lesson. This lesson was written by A.R. Williams. This chapter is about the last heir of the powerful Pharaoh dynasty, Tutankhamun, who died when he was a teenager after ruling for 9 years. He died in a mysterious way. This chapter throws light over all the possible mysteries, the curse, where his tomb lies, his life, and ultimately death. Egyptians believe that there is a life after death, and that is the reason why the pharaohs were buried with wealth and everyday use items. Let us see the summary of this lesson. Tutankhamun, also known as Tut. He was a teenager when he died. He was the last successor of his powerful Pharaoh dynasty, which ruled Egypt and its empire for centuries. He was laid on rest, heavily loaded with gold. His tomb was discovered in 1922 by Carter, which made the world raise a question about what had happened to him and whether he had been murdered. After almost 80 years, his body was about to undergo a CT scan, which would give a new information and clues about his life and death. His face would be recreated with the help of procedure called forensic reconstruction. A fast, strange, and unnatural wind was blowing as King Tut's body was taken from his grave called Valleys of the Kings, an ancient Egyptian cemetery. Dark clouds moved quickly across the desert all day long, and later they covered the stars. On January 5, 2005, at 6 p.m., King Tut's mummy, which is the world's most famous mummy, was placed in the CT scanner to investigate the mystery behind his death, which had occurred more than 3,300 years ago. All afternoon, tourists visited the 26 feet deep underground rock cut tomb to pay respect to the king. Many people stuffed into the small tomb and looked in admiration at the murals on the walls of the chamber, and took a look at the face of that had been painted with gold. While visitors read the guidebooks in a hushed tone, some stood silently, wondering about his untimely death in his teen years. They might also be wondering if the curse of the Pharaoh, which leads to the descent of misfortune upon the person who disturbs him, is true. As Sahi Hawass, Secretary General of Egypt, leaned over the body to have a look, he said that the mummy was in a very bad condition because of what the British archaeologist Howard Carter did to it in the 1920s. He discovered King Tut's tomb in 1922 after a long search. The treasure found at Tut's grave is the richest till date and has come to be known as the Pharaoh's legend. Tut was buried with things of daily use like a razor made of bronze, games, linen undergarments, and boxes of food and wine which he could use in the next life. Howard Carter took a few months to record the treasures found in Tut's grave. Then he began investigating his three coffins, which were nested one another. In the first coffin, he found a piece of cloth with garlands of willow, olive leaves, wild curry, lotus petals, and cornflower, which suggested that he had been buried in the months of March or April. When he reached the third coffin, he was in trouble. The body had hardened due to the resins which had cemented the body, and it had stuck to the bottom of the coffin, which was made of gold. Carter wondered what to do next because no amount of force could separate the two. Carter tried to loosen the resins by keeping the body in the hot sun. He kept the mummy in 149 degrees Fahrenheit for several hours, but still it remained stuck. He reported that a chisel could be used to cut down the mummy from the limbs and the trunk so that Tut's body could be taken out of the coffin. According to Carter, he had no choice other than to cut the mummy. He believed that if he hadn't done that, thieves would have removed the gold from the tomb and would have looted it. During that time, the royal people were very wealthy and they had a belief that after death they could take the wealth along with them. For his life after death, he was given precious collars, necklaces with decorative patterns, bracelets, rings, amulets, ceremonial aprons, sandals, seats for fingers and toes, and now an iconic inner coffin and a mosque. His men removed his head and every joint of his body. After they finished, they reassembled the remains in a wooden box with a paneling filled with a layer of sand to conceal the damage. It was his new resting place. In the past few decades, archaeology has changed as it now focuses on the details of life and the mysteries of death. Earlier, it was about focusing on the treasure, but now it uses more advanced medical technologies and tools for research. In 1968, an anatomy professor x-rayed King Tut's mummy and revealed that the front limbs and breastbone were missing. Now, with advancement of technology, CT scan is computer tomography can give a virtual image of the whole body. With the help of this technology, King Tut's body would be scanned to find answers to two questions: how he died and how old was he at the time of his death. His death was a shock to the royals also, as he was the last person of his family and his funeral indicated to the diminishment of his dynasty. However, what happened after his death is still not clear. Tut's father or grandfather, Amenhotep III, was a very powerful pharaoh who ruled over a period of 40 years. His son, Amenhotep IV, succeeded him and began the strangest period in the history of Egypt. He promoted the worship of Aten, the sun disk. He changed his name to Akhenaten, meaning servant of Athens. He also shifted the religious capital from Thebes to the new city of Akhenaton called Amarna. Further, he attacked Amun, a major god of Egypt, smashed his images and closed his temples. Roy Johnson, director of University of Chicago, said it must have been a bad time for the empire as the family who ruled for centuries came to an end and Akhenaton moved in odd direction. Another mysterious ruler, Smenkhar, succeeded him and died soon. Next, Tutankhamun, also known as Tut, sat on the throne and ruled for 9 years. He worshipped god Amun in the old ways. However, he died mysteriously. Tut is one of the mummies in Egypt, whereas until now, with the help of Egyptian Mummy Project, which started in 2003, almost 600 mummies have been recorded so far. King Tut's mummy was the first one to be scanned by CT. Under the next phase of scanning the mummies with a machine donated by the National Geographic Society and Siemens. The CT scan machine scanned the body by creating 1700 digital X-rays in cross sections. Tut's head was scanned in 0.62 mm slices to record the tiny details. The resulting image was very strange. A team of radiology, forensics, and anatomy experts started examining the secrets of the grave that had been protected by flying goddesses for a long time. During the night, workmen climbed upon the ramp and the flight of the stairs to carry the body from the tomb into the spinning sand outside. They rose the body into the hydraulic lift, then into the trailer where the scanner was kept. After 20 minutes, two men ran towards the office nearby to bring two fans. The scanner was not working as the sand had entered a cooler fan. The god joked that it was because the curse of the Pharaoh, because they had removed his body. Once the fans worked, the procedure was finished. The data was checked in case of any losses, and then technicians returned the body to the pallbearers who carried him back to his tomb. In less than 3 hours, he was resting at the same place where the priest had laid him many years ago. In the trailer, the technician showed a beautiful image of Tet on a computer screen. He saw the grey head which was scattered in pixels and he rolled it around. Next, the backbones, hand, rib, cage, and transection of his skull were shown. As the work was done, the pressure was finally off from the shoulders of Sahi Hawass. While sitting in his chair, he smiled and said that he was relieved that nothing went wrong. He had not slept the previous night, and now, as the work was done, he would go and sleep. By the time they left that trailer, the wind had stopped and the winter air was like death itself. Just above the top of Orion constellation shone in the night sky, watching over the boy king. This is the summary of the lesson, discovering that the saga continues. And dear children, I hope you all understand the summary. Thank you.